what's the story of the going in the combine, Dianna? What do you think that is? What are you hearing?
How desperate teams are for a quarterback. Like that to me is got my attention. As you know, the great Bill Parcells once said, you never go to the grocery store hungry. And there are teams starving right now. And I'm curious to see how this is going to work in terms of the Sam Darnold market. I mean, I don't know if this could have played out any better for Sam Darnold. What is this market truly going to be when we start hearing and seeing meetings and people chatting around the combine about those teams that are going to be interested in him? Because I have a very strong feeling that Sam Darnold is going to have a very fat, saturated market. And as you heard Kevin O'Connell express, he deserves it. Sam Darnold deserves to be paid after having a Pro Bowl season and really playing up to the potential that we've been hearing about for years. You put him with a great head coach, you put him in a good program, and you get this version. And I think there's some teams out there who think that they can do that. The Matthew Stafford situation, as we've talked about here, how is that going to pan out? How are those conversations going to go in Indy? And then let's just take the potential free agent or the trade quarterback situations off the table. Let's just talk draft then. Which teams are going to try to move up because they're desperate to get a quarterback? Are the Giants going to be running after Mike Bergonzi and being like, hey, man, I know you're the new GM here, but why don't you make a big splash and let us trade and move up so we can go get a quarterback that we want? Because that's where I think the New York Giants really want to go. I think it's the draft that they want to get a guy.
So that might be something obviously to keep in your mind's eye for the combine. But as we look at that draft order, if you wouldn't mind putting that up one more time, thank you, Mr. Hoskins. You've got two teams right there in the middle of the top, I guess 6, right? That don't need a quarterback. Jets are hoping, I guess, one could drop, or they handle their business in free agency. I imagine Sam Darnold would chuckle if he sees a call coming from Florham Park, to say, how would you like a reunion with us? I can't imagine, but I don't know. I mean, you got the Patriots sitting there at 4 with a ton of teams in front of them that are quarterback hungry, one would think. What's your 2 cents on the draft order, on what you're hearing on any of those fronts?
Yeah, I don't think that's not going to be the order we see that night. I can tell you that. I expect the teams to be moving up. I can tell you there's already teams there that are open for business that want to move out.
Are the Titans one of them, do you think?
I think the Titans are open to it, for sure. I do. A few weeks ago, I really felt strongly, based on some of the conversations I was having, that they were definitely going quarterback. I'm like, there's no question. The way this last season went, Brian Callahan, they were the worst team in football, yet they had a decent roster. They've got some talent there. Brian Callahan's going to want to get a quarterback that he can win with. But since then, I've really learned more about how they're approaching this. And it seems that they want to continue building for not just this upcoming season, but for the future. So I think they're going to be open. And I think these are conversations that are being had there. I think the New England Patriots are a team that we should watch that would probably be open. They've got their quarterback. They've got tons of money. Why wouldn't they answer the phone from let's just say the Raiders, from the Jets, maybe the Saints, maybe even Chicago? So there's going to be some action here. And look, it's only February. What is this thing going to be like the first week of April? If I'm already hearing now teams are open. So this is going to get moving.
When you say maybe even Chicago, who would they be interested in? What do you think? And moving up to so far, 6 spots. I mean, because they've got their quarterback. Who would they fall in love with there?
I mean, this class, if we could put just a headline on how this class has been described to me as, if you're looking for an offensive lineman, you're going to be in heaven, because this is a great group. So that's an area where I could see the Bears maybe trying to beef up on, because those type of players are on the boards right now and graded very high, knowing that, look, how many times have we said it's a weak quarterback class? So outside the two big names that we know of with Sanders and Ward, after that, it's a drop off. And I've got GMs telling me I'm nuts for even talking to you about saying that those guys are, first round quarterbacks. So we'll see how much that narrative changes.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.